We are saluting the new school of leaders who have been taking it to the streets to demand change for a new direction in this country for good. Wundher connected with a multi-generational body of women to identify today's Disruptors of Change for the 2020 Renaissance Womxn Awards, and I cannot wait to announce these disruptors to you. But first, let's set the tone and truly understand the women who have paved the way for each of us, from Miss Jocelyn Jossie Wurzburg.
Well, thank you so much for letting me be a part of this wonderful celebration. I think I've been asked to talk about women and our role in the current events at the time. And I think it was actually 1968 when women began to flex her power. And Dr. King's assassination was a very transformative event for many of us here in Memphis. Women all of a sudden began to ask the kinds of questions that we should have been asking for a very long time. The civil rights movements were going on, and we saw it on television a lot, but we didn't do very much here in Memphis. There were some women who were already, I think the kids call it woke, but for many of us, the assassination awakened our sensitivities and our intellectual curiosities, and we needed to know what is this all about. It was, of course, the sanitation workers' strike, and many of us thought, all right, this is a labor management problem. But upon the assassination, we learned, no, this isn't labor management. This is all about race. So the first thing I remember that occurred was the National Conference of Christians and Jews got women together and had a conference called Rearing Children of Goodwill. Gathered some mothers to talk about how can we teach our children not to have the prejudices that so many of us had grown up with. And as an outreach from that, we created, a number of us in Memphis, created the Memphis chapter of a program called the Panel of American Women. The Panel of American Women was a speakers program that addressed prejudice and how it affected the lives of people. We had a Catholic panelist, a Jewish panelist, an African American, and a panelist we called the white majority. And the white majority's role was, I can go anywhere and I can do anything that my money and education will allow. But that's not the case of my Black friend or my Jewish friend or my Catholic friend. They are hindered with an overlay of prejudice that affects their mobility in society and their full participation in society. The Panel of American Women lasted for about 10 years, and we went to civic clubs and Rotaries and Kiwanis and schools and churches and women's organizations, luncheons. We were their program. And all we did was talk about prejudice. We didn't point our fingers at anybody. We didn't accuse anyone, but just how it affected us. Well, the panel lasted, as I said, for about 10 years. We spoke in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of engagements to tens of thousands of people. I am seeing today some of you younger women now picking up this mantle of concern and leadership and flexing your muscles. And I know you work, you've got careers, and you're still making time to do the kind of volunteer work and the social action work and the social justice work as part of your being and while working and raising families. And we're so proud of y'all. There's going to be a presentation. If this were the Oscars, I would ask for the envelope, please, but I'm going to hand it back over to Lori for the presentation of your outstanding award winners for today.
Thank you to Wundher for recognizing me as a disruptor of change for the 2020 Renaissance Womxn Awards. To be recognized by members of my community for simply doing what I feel deep within my heart in an effort to bring awareness and craft solutions for issues we face is heartwarming. I hope that this honor will inspire others to live life boldly, fearlessly, and without apologies to those who resist progress. Know the legacy you want to leave. Receiving this award in the name of Happy Jones for her continued persistence is an incredible honor. Going forward, I want others to know that this could be you. You are wonderfully made. Your work and investment into the community are worthy of acknowledgement. Your voice matters, even when others attempt to silence it. Somewhere, someone is counting on you to step into your greatness.
Thank you to Wundher for recognizing me as a disruptor of change for the 2020 Renaissance Womxn Award. Receiving this award means to me that I am living out our ancestors' wildest dreams. From being a cancer patient to working in the labs, from being a voter to being on the ballot. We take on these challenges because these are the fights worth fighting. We have so much on the line, especially this year. We have healthcare, education, pay equity, affordable childcare. These are the fights worth fighting for, and this is why we must exercise resilience. Let's make 2020 the year of disruption. Let's make it the year of structural change. And let's make it the year that women turn out to vote in monumental numbers. Check your voter status, find your polling place, take your friends, and let's vote and make these changes happen by electing people that care about our issues.
Thank you to Wundher for recognizing me as a disruptor of change for the 2020 Renaissance Womxn Awards. I feel so honored to be receiving this award, especially in the year 2020 when we are all dealing with so much change. I think it is important to constantly challenge the status quo so that we can continue to move important issues forward. And as a woman, make a difference for myself, my peers, and the generations of women to follow. I plan to continue the legacy of inclusion by saying yes to opportunities formerly denied to women and creating new opportunities for young women to achieve their goals in spite of any obstacles they face. This is a very difficult time for a lot of people for a lot of reasons. 2020 has challenged people in new ways. I just want to encourage everyone to say, so what? Which simply means that some things can be really tough, but you can overcome them. Saying so what is the first step. If you need any help embracing change or challenging your life, visit my website, summerowens.com.
Thank you to Wundher for recognizing me as a disruptor of change for the 2020 Renaissance Womxn Awards. I feel so honored to be receiving this award and the opportunity to share with you the powerful and incredible work I get to do with young people as part of Bridge Builders and the Cecil C. Humphrey School of Law at the University of Memphis. I feel like this award is not only for me, but also for all the young people and the young leaders and organizers that work with me to change our schools, change our justice system, and change our community. I have been absolutely inspired by their insight on what needs to change in our community, their determination to fight for injustice, and their insistence that nobody is free until everybody is free. And that's actually what this award is about. This award is for insistence. And I fully believe we cannot fully create change for young people if we do not listen to their insight. I always tell the young people that you should end with your ask. And my ask to you is, one, to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. This is following the youth leaders, youth organizers that I work with. Instagram, it's at BB Change, and Facebook, it's Bridge Builders Change. And second is to support. Support their work, support not only the young people, but support the belief that everyone deserves a seat at the table.
Hi, I'm Commissioner Tammy Sawyer, and I am so excited to be here with you today and extremely grateful to the entire Wundher community for recognizing me as a disruptor of change at the 2020 Renaissance Womxn Awards. It means so much for my work here in Memphis and around the country to be recognized. Being a disruptor of change means that I work every day to ensure that I'm leaving the world a little bit better as I found it. That means I'm working in social justice activism, racial equity, and working to dismantle the systems of oppression that impact Black and Brown lives daily. My challenge to each of you who are participating in this amazing conference is that you do the same. Whether you get involved in helping voters get their rights restored so that they can make a difference as well, or you work in education and are helping the next generation be all that they can be and receive what they already don't. I challenge you every day to find new ways to make our country what we hope it will be. As President Barack Obama says, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. Let's continue to make this change. Thank you again.
I'm excited that I know some of these award winners. You're stars. You have just become leaders of our community. And I just want to encourage you to keep on keeping on. Your work is so vital. It is so vital to the welfare of our city and our county. And thank you very much for the work that you've done. The most important thing, women, that we have to do is we have got to vote. 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 This is the most important election in my lifetime. But women, the ball's in your court. You have got to help get this vote out. Get your men to vote. Get your kids who are over 18 to vote. We have got to get this vote out. Please, please, of all the things to empower ourselves, we need to do immediately is get this vote out.